911. You want to pull guns on kids?
Ethan, call you.
And I hate to tell you this, but kids these days.
I don't care. You don't, Patricia. You don't pull guns on kids.
Oh, my phone was. I need an officer at 483. There was two teenagers trespassing on my land, and I did not realize they were teenagers. All I did was I came up, and then there's two bikes on my property.
And you see these kids riding their bikes every day.
I don't know where they belong.
You know everybody live in this subdivision. You know everybody just about that lives in this subdivision.
You probably need to get back in your car.
No, I don't probably need, and what you gonna do?
I'm not gonna do anything.
I don't probably need to do nothing. You just keep calling the police. While you out here pulling guns on people, on children.
I'm in a vehicle. I'm assuming that's the grandmother.
You know who it is. You absolutely right. She knows exactly who it is.
I couldn't tell you what your name is.
You know who I am.
I called the neighbors to see if it was their kids.
All over the land.
That's what you need to do. Get in your car and leave.
When I pulled up on the property, I had no idea who it was out there. All I know is there's two males, and I didn't even know it was males. There's two bicycles outside the property zone. There's a sign that says no trespassing. I get into the construction area where we keep all of our equipment. My goats are back there, my ducks are back there, my donkeys are back there, and I see a board shirt start to run, and I said, stop or I will shoot. And at that point, somebody came out of the woods, and the other one took off and just kept running. I guess the one that kept running went home.
She pulled guns on these kids. I can't believe this.
I think I'm a witness. I have a concealed carry permit. Yes. Not now, until my son comes. Blackness you do.
This is unbelievable.
My phone's on 2%. My phone's on 2%.
Did you guys see her gun?
Yes.
She had it. Did she have Did she have it pointed at you?
Yes.
I'll be damned.
Somebody call the cops. Yeah.
They saw the gun, Patricia.
I had the gun down here.
Why, Patricia?
What the hell would you pull out?
These are kids.
Why would you do that?
Patricia.
Kids. Patricia, you of all people.
That's what I'm saying.
The kids, what are they doing?
They were where they weren't supposed to be.
So you gonna pull a gun?
And Patricia,
that's your answer?
You pull a gun when you have a threat. I'm sorry, sir. I thought you was in your vehicle, but you need to be here.
I appreciate it. You pull a gun on kids?
Ethan came running to our door, scared to death, sweating, said somebody pulled a gun on them. We couldn't even find Caleb. And come, lo and behold, it's Patricia.
Of all people.
Of all people.
It's the last person.
She out here pulling a gun. And then she gonna say she had it down to her side.
And they weren't where they supposed to be. They're damn kids. How long did it take the cops to get here?
I don't know. She called.
She called him.
We was in the process of calling him. She said she was gonna call him, but you know, you only pull a gun, sir, when it's intimate threat.
You don't put a gun on those kids.
I'm so sick of these people. God knows I'm so sick of them. That's why I do not let Caleb ride his bike.
What was the address of your emergency?
This is exactly why I do not let you ride your bike. Because of these stupid idiots like this.
Okay. What's your address?
Autumn Code, Byron. We're in the subdivision right down below the hospital.
Okay, and who put a gun out?
They're owner of the subdivision. Pull a gun on my grandson and a couple other kids. And it's about to be something. We need somebody here now. Because I'm highly pissed off.
Yeah, it's about to be something. You sure right about that.
13.
12 and 13.
12 and 13, 2 kids.
Is the owner still there?
Yeah, she is.
Okay. And what's your name, sir?
Willie Williams.
And do you happen to know the owner's name?
What's Patricia name?
I don't know her last name. I just know her name is Patricia.
Her name is Patricia. I know her parents' name was Murtaugh. They were the original owners, so I think that she's married. So I think her maiden name might be Murtaugh.
And what was your name again, sir? I'm sorry.
Willie Williams.
Compton is the last name.
Patricia Compton.
I just have to get the additional information, okay?
Patricia Compton is her last name.
Okay. What's a good phone number for you?
478-2.
All right, it's the dispatch station. We need you shortly, okay?
Thank you.
She called somebody. She didn't call the police, but I think she called a police friend of hers.
If they had a call, they would have said that they had a guy to call.
Right. She called, I think, a friend of hers that's a police officer. She didn't call the actual police. This must be him pulling up. No. No.
I do not believe her.
I can't believe I cannot.
I'm coming out here ready for war. And I'm seeing this her.
And it's Patricia. That's what I said. Patricia?
The kids said they was riding. They didn't
They were
know.
over there?
Yeah, they was riding right here.
They were riding their bikes up in here.
And they said they didn't see that no trespassing sign, but they always ride all over the subdivision.
They
don't bother nobody.
All she had to do was tell the kids.
Y'all get on out from behind here.
That's all she had to tell them. They would have left. And I know Ethan would have left.
No, she gonna pull a gun.
And she said somebody told her it was two black men,
Two
black tall black men. And I said, well, who told you that? She wouldn't tell me. Who told you that? Who told you this?
It's the police.
Did he control him?
No, he's in the car.
Ethan. This is the lady that pulled a weapon on me. All right. Let's figure it all out. What happened is that? Who called? I called 911. I don't know who she called.
All right. So what prompted the first call?
I don't know about the first call.
I ain't turning nothing off.
That's her right.
This my right.
I'm not talking to you in front of that.
If you pull a gun on somebody, you're gonna talk.
You,
But not in front of me.
I can't make her stop with you.
I ain't turning nothing off. We going in, dog. We going down, but this camera ain't going off. People gonna see your heart, Patricia.
What the hell is somebody tell all my kids?
You guys were inside that fence?
Okay, so they were in the.
I got a call telling me there were 2 boys on bikes heading back in there. I did not tell me how old they were. They said boys.
Now, see, you didn't tell me that a moment ago. You said 2 black men. You received a call with
At
2
first
black
you
men.
said I said 2 black kids.
No.
He said 2 black men.
Get on my words, Miss Patricia. I'm just repeating what you said
And
to
in all
her.
honesty, I couldn't tell you if she said men or boys.
But you telling her. I mean, you telling this officer.
Well,
So if we gonna tell it,
Well, who called you? Who called you?
who called? I mean, that person needs to be.
We can clarify that.
So you live over there?
No, I actually live in the
She took it somewhere. Ask her where your bike.
Where's Ethan's bike? She got Ethan's bike.
I don't know what my bike is. She took his bike.
Where did you leave? Where did you leave?
I left it right there.
He took off running.
So,
It wasn't exactly. It was right there.
it's like, apparently.
I'm so
I moved the
disappointed.
mic out of the way so I could get my car out. I wasn't gonna get it.
I'm so disappointed.
You.
I'm disappointed that you got 2 kids that think they got the run in the neighborhood.
These are
Just kids,
They don't belong
Patricia.
back here.
I understand that. You're right.
You should
They don't
have
belong
told
back
them.
there.
You
had
came
told
out.
them.
You came out
Again, I didn't
looking.
know what I was coming up on.
So when you got here, you can tell them.
No.
Oh Lord Jesus.
How many 14, 15-year-olds on the street do you not see doing criminal activity?
You see these kids riding their bikes in this neighborhood every day, all day.
Then why couldn't I tell you where they belong?
Every day.
You see these kids riding their bikes every day in this neighborhood. It ain't that many kids in this neighborhood.
So they
It's
would
not
have
my
told you.
job to ask them. It's my
Oh, so
job to
your job to
protect
pull
my
a gun
property.
on a 13-year-old kid, a 12-year-old kid. That's your job.
I can do it, man.
I got
You gotta tell me who called you, like, what they said. They said 2 people on your property.
yes.
So like that's an issue in itself. I mean, honestly, it ain't that big of an issue. And what we would do in that situation is tell the kids, be like, hey, if you don't mind.
That's what any adult would do.
Them being juveniles, I don't even think we would issue them a trespass warning because we can't take them to jail. We could take them to jail.
I'm scared.
With it being trespass, they're not gonna do it. So the gun thing, state of Georgia, I mean, you're allowed to protect yourself, but you got to prove that you were in danger. So I mean, at what point did you think you were in danger before the gun? Oh yeah. I mean, what point did the gun come? Like, when you
That's something.
see him before you pulled the gun?
No. If I could have seen it when I drove in, I would not have gotten out of the car with my gun because I would have known it was coming.
She's a liar.
I did not see them.
She's a
So I
liar.
don't know what's coming at me.
When did she pull the gun?
Like, she pulled.
Talk to the kids. Ask the kids when did she pull the gun.
They were running.
So they saw the gun because that's why they were running.
Or they probably
She
heard my
came
voice.
in.
No, the little boy ran to my door and said you pulled a gun. He saw a gun.
Let the kids tell you what happened.
So she pulled in. And then she got started.
One at a time.
Where were y'all when she pulled up?
Like around there, where there was.
We saw some animals, and then we were like, those are some cool animals. And then we just looked at them, and then she drives in real fast, and then coming out the car, and then we get scared because she pulled in that quick, and then she gets out the car, and then
Poor baby.
the gun is like, freeze, AO.
Freeze AO.
Yeah.
She had the gun in her hand when she got out of the car? Or?
Caleb, did she have the gun in her hand when she got out the car?
Alright, so like, I don't care about the cameras, I don't care about who y'all going on. See they were kids and then lift the gun out of the car.
No.
Look at this baby. This baby is crying. These babies are scared.
Are you not familiar with them or not?
And you gonna jump out your car.
In all honesty, I thought
Let me have her. Give her to me for about 5 minutes.
after I realized they were kids, as far as I knew, that's the only teenage black boys we have out here. And when I called Mr. Williams, he said, my boys are at home. He said, there are a couple others that visit a grandmother out here, but I don't know who they are.
She lying through it.
So at any point did you say you did?
She's a liar.
Probably.
That was relayed to me. You told dispatch, you said, stop on this.
See the line?
I just don't think it's justified to be pointing a gun at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get having your gun out. Like, if we go to a call and they're saying somebody's in the back of the house, I'm going to have my gun out. But I'm not going to tell them to stop on the shooting. You know what I'm saying? In the state of Georgia, I mean, if you don't live there, if you're not there, and they're not presenting immediate danger to your life, I'm just trying to figure out where the gun comes into play.
So what you're saying is, if I get that call again, I should just let whoever's back there rambling around?
No, but I mean, like, call the cops. I mean, don't take it. You're not justified in, if you're not justified in shooting and killing somebody, you're not justified in pointing a gun at them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you would have shot and killed them, either one of them, you think you would have been justified?
Mm-hmm.
Law, you think you would have been?
I would not have shot and killed them unless they came at me.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, all the circumstances right here, if you would have shot them, you think you probably would have been.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't think you're justified in shooting, you can't point a gun. Trespassing on a property where there's not a house, or they're not, even if they're breaking into the park, you can't shoot them. It's trespassing. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't pose an immediate threat to you, I'm just trying to figure out why the gun was in the first place. Can't have it at home.
Because I didn't know what I was getting out of my car engine. I mean, for all I know, it could have been 2 30-year-old people back there.
So when you saw they were kids, what did you do then?
Pull the gun on them.
What did you
The
do after
gun
you
was
saw they
already in my hand. I did not pull the gun.
And told.
What did you do after you noticed that they were kids?
I told them to go home and tell their parents to call the cops.
That's not what Ethan said.
No, you didn't say that.
No, you didn't. You said you was gonna shoot him.
I told him when he was crying like a baby, go home and tell your mama why you're crying. So I can explain why you're crying on private property.
They crying like a baby because you pulled a gun on them.
That's why
They were scared.
you terrified the kids.
That's why they crying like a baby.
So what are we gonna do?
We got more people coming. We're going to have to separate and figure it out. These statements and stuff. I mean,
Crying like a baby. Go home and tell your mama.
Stand there.
so I'm going to need to get y'all's information. And then we'll get her information later on. Who's their parents? Are y'all out here?
Yes,
With them being juveniles, you cool with them telling me their name and stuff?
absolutely fine.
What's your last name? B-A-R-E-S?
Mm-hmm.
What's your first name? See your What's your birthday?
May 29th.
What's y'all's address? Y'all don't live together?
It's okay.
That's your mom.
Oh, here come 50 more cops. Look at this. Lord have mercy. Lord Jesus. Go back over there with your pawpaw. Oh, I am. Tressie, believe that. Without hesitation.
Please walk over there so we can have a conversation, please. Thank you.
I'm telling him she had a right to pull her gun. Yeah, she needs to be arrested, Anita. You absolutely right. She needs to be arrested. With her little cocky self. She was threatened. She saw that those were kids. She saw that they were on their bikes. And she pulls her gun. She pulls her gun and tells them calls them assholes. Freeze, assholes. That's what she told these kids. Yeah, we see you. Don't get shot now. Y'all just don't know. The restraint that I have right now. Pressed her ass.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey.
What'd he say?
He said it's a very stressful situation, but he's gonna get it solved. They gonna handle this.
Mm-hmm. This very reason right here is why black kids are shot down and killed. She see these kids out here riding their bike every day, all day. She see these kids all the she know who these kids are. Yeah, she know who they are.
Convince me she doesn't know these kids.
And she just lied. She done got caught, 2 different lies. That's right, Tressie. Handcuff her and take her to jail. You know that's right, Victoria Jackson. She's lying.
She lied.
She's lying. She's
I
lying.
wasn't here and I know she lied.
Can y'all please go over there? And you'll come over there and talk to y'all?
Listen to her lying, changing her story. You would think your kids be safe out here with Patricia.
I've always been safe out here. I don't know what the comfort is. That's a whole different ballgame. If somebody had driven back there in a vehicle or something, that might give us some concern. These kids on bikes.
Let that female officer pat her down, cuff her up, take her in. Uh-oh, look at her. Look at her. There's a gun in the car. Why would she tell her to go to the car? There's a gun in the car. Ooh. What's his name? Who was that was shot for doing that? What was that guy's name?
Shot in the back.
Shot him 16 times when he went to his car because there was a gun in the car. They let her go to the car with a gun in the car. You can't tell me this ain't privilege. You right, Miss Orlean Billings. Now they can't find the gun.
Put it down there by the seat.
Oh, you saw the gun when you came up?
I don't know if she was moving it or what. So I opened the door and she stuck it down there by the seat.
Is that it? Yeah. Y'all see the gun? See the gun? The fool had a gun.
Do this.
I don't know. Cause she thinks she bad. Now you see, one thing is you see these people's true hearts. You do business with them every day. You do business with them every day. Her company does my lawn, cuts my grass for me. Yeah, you were. You were gonna let her get in the car. You told her to go to the car. Yeah, Tressie, that's all it is right there. All right. Do business with Patricia every day.
All I'm thinking about is moving out of this damn subdivision.
You and me both, brother. You and me both. Deborah Brisbane, this lady right here with the gray t-shirt, she pulled a gun on my grandson and another little boy. That was the kids were on her property. They weren't supposed to be on her property. There were signs that said no trespassing. She came out, she pulled a gun on the kids and told the kids, what did she call them? A-holes. Told the kids freeze, A-holes. That's what's going on. And now the police is just getting the gun out of her car. We do business with this lady. She owns this subdivision. Her company, I pay her company to keep up the maintenance in our yard. I always thought she was a nice lady. She know who these kids are. It's not very many kids in this subdivision. She sees these kids riding their bikes through this subdivision every day. You right, Dominique. You keep praying for me, nephew.
Agreed on the fact she got half of it.
Miss Orlean, she lives right around the corner from me. She had the gun in the car. My grandson runs off crying. She tells him, go home and tell your mama why you crying.
Oh, yeah. That half of the code section.
And the gun was loaded. She pulled a loaded gun on 2 kids. The thing they need to be looking at, what she got behind there she's so afraid of. Might be more than just what we think. Please do, Deborah. Yeah, the kids are traumatized, Auntie. Very traumatized. No, they shouldn't have been on her property. And both of them, they probably don't even know what no trespassing means. I know I've never told my grandson what no trespassing means. But they didn't know that. They say they didn't even see the signs. There's the sign right there. The kids were behind this fence right here. They went behind this fence. She says she got a phone call. Somebody told her that it was 2 black men. 2 black men were on her property. So she gets her gun and she storms over here and sees that it's 2 children on bikes. And she still pulls her gun on 2 kids on bikes and says, freeze, a-holes. They take off running. And she says my grandson was crying profusely. My grandson was crying profusely, and she tells my grandson, go home and tell your mama why you're crying. He's only 12 years old. He's scared half to death, and she gonna tell my grandson, after pointing a gun at him, telling him, freeze, asshole. She tells him to go home and tell your mama why you crying. I do business with this lady.
Mom, you got some statement forms, so they said, yeah, they do statement.
Actually, I thought Patricia was a nice Christian lady. Businesswoman. Businesswoman. Good. Lock her up.
Big part of it, you have to be in the track. I'm gonna do this next time. Let's see y'all live on this and even if they didn't want to win, because you didn't know me. But it's hard, they got raising the house. She's on the news. She told me this much. She told me to stop.
Oh, they're gonna do something, sister. They said they're gonna lock her up. Patricia. I do business with Patricia. Sitting in my house, watching a football game. Kids come knocking on the door, crying. I don't even see my grandson. It's another little kid. The other little boy he was with. They come running to the door. He comes running to the door, sweating, crying. Say somebody pulled a gun on him. I jump in my car. Henry jump in his car. First I had to put some clothes on. We jump in the car. And she's standing over here like Annie Oakley, talking crap. Everything. From the time I got out my car, it's been recording.
Was any terrorist made or like when y'all pulled up?
No, sir.
No.
Further into
No.
Oh, it might have been different story. That's it.
But you saw the.
So we said, well, where's my grandson? So he died. So I told my grandson, he was going back to eat. So I said, we need to call the grandson. So that's why.
Oh, man. I ran over.
You're welcome. Oh, they are, Martha. And I'm pressing charges against what I thought was a business partner friend. I'm sure pressing charges. Look at her. And she done told 2 different stories. 5 different stories. Oh yes, Junie. They're gonna arrest her. This is why our kids, our men are shot down. Because of people like this. You can't even let your kids go outside and ride their freaking bikes. This woman sees these kids out here every day riding their bikes. She knows who these kids are. All she had to do was come knock on my door and say, your grandson is over here on my property. Please keep him off my property. That's all she had to do. I don't know who called her she. She won't tell us who. She won't tell who called her. But you see this house behind her? Her sister-in-law lives in that house. I don't know if her sister-in-law called the police. I don't know. But on the property is, you see if you can see, I don't know how to do all the zooming and stuff. You can see mobile homes on the property. Well, her workers, they live in those mobile homes on her property. They keep up the maintenance and the lawns and everything in this subdivision. And maybe one of them maybe one of her workers saw the kids and they called the cops. Now they done let her get back in her car with a gun. Now they're letting her make a phone call. I guess before they arrest her. Oh, Jesus, I thank you. I'm calm. Oh, Jesus, I'm calm. I do not like my grandson riding his bike And I just started giving him the liberty to ride his bike in the neighborhood. It's a quiet neighborhood. It's a nice neighborhood. And I just started letting him, you know, take off and ride his bike. They're going to arrest her butt. Now she knows she can't just go pulling her gun on anybody. I just started letting him ride his bike, like I was saying, through the neighborhood. Because I was always apprehensive about him riding his bike. Because we live out here in Byron. Y'all know Byron? And lo and behold, this crap happens. And usually when he rides his bike, you know, I usually go out with him. And I'll walk, you know, while he rides his bike. Or Henry will walk with him while he rides his bike. Yeah, honey, Byron, Georgia. I thank you, Lord, for restraint. I just cannot stop saying that. Because she probably would have shot me, or I would be in handcuffs too. Thank you, God, for restraint. She don't have no phone now, Junie. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like she's in handcuffs. She mad too. She mad as the devil. Look at her face. She is mad as the devil. This her husband, I guess, coming up. I don't know who this is. Her husband or son. That's her son. I don't look like her husband. I don't know who it is. They worried about the dogs in the car. Auntie, I'm glad you're not here either, because me and you together, that wouldn't have been good. They waiting on somebody to come secure her dogs. And they got the kids writing out their statements. And what the police is saying is, no, she ain't handcuffed. I thought they had her handcuffed. She ain't handcuffed. They waiting on somebody to come get her dogs. Ain't that something?
Never happened to me.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Are you married?
Do they need myself?
Yeah, she should have been. Because, let me pull a gun. Honey, I wouldn't have been able to secure my dogs, get my keys, go back to my car with a gun in the car. Yes. Did Ethan ever get his bike? Did Ethan go get... Thank you. You see, my grandson, he don't know how to handle himself when situations like this arise. He's scared to death. It's a shame. You have to teach your kids how to handle themselves in situations like this. Now I have to teach him. We have to teach him how to handle himself with situations like this. Yeah, I would have been on the ground, she. You know how it'll go. I would have been on the ground. Yeah, they cuffed her. The sister cuffed her and put her in the back seat. The young cop right there with the brown pants, very nice. Handled it. He handled it. He came in letting her know she was wrong. Period. Oh Lord, all I could think of is what if she would have shot those kids? Because she really thought she was in her right to pull guns on kids. She really thought she was in her right to do that. You better believe it, sir. Because trust it, if it was the other way around. She really thought she was in her right to pull a gun on 2 kids. Patricia see these kids riding their bike every day. She knows who those kids belong to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Caleb, head on home, buddy. Head on home, buddy.
Stay home.
Head home, buddy. I'm coming. He's scared to go home. My grandson's scared to go home.
And ain't no doubt when she pulled up the car, even if she thought somebody was back there trying to do something properly. When she pulled up there and saw
they were kids and still pulled her gun and said, "Freeze, a-holes."
It's not like y'all can't talk to her anymore.
No, I ain't got nothing to say.
I don't have a thing to say to her. We used to do business with her. She maintains this subdivision. You know, we hire her to cut our yard and keep the yards and everything up. Anything else you need Patricia to do, you know, she was the go-to lady. We, call Patricia.